Generic greetings, and that Boeing 767 was spinning around for a second there. Weird. Anyway, in the previous episode, we managed to get another gate put in, as you can see, as well as all of the supplementary stuff, so the benches and the food vending, the queues, things like that, and just generally progressed on quite well. As you can see from our schedule, we've got generally 2 flights coming in at each time, but not more than 3, apart from right at the end where we can technically have 3 at the same time, but this one is really for overflow, so say if any flight is delayed, then it will happily land there. That's what that one is actually for. So, I also asked at the back end of last episode, what would you like to... Did that just teleport? I'm sure that baggage car teleported. What would you like to do in terms of expansion? We could go for another gate. It'll be the large gate, however. Or we could go for bigger baggage or bigger ticketing or go for a cafe, things like that. And there's a lot of comments, but to be honest with you, one or two did mention a couple of things that we really should probably get onto at some point, because they've mentioned the status. And if you look at here, if we go to yesterday, we can see that we've got loads and loads of things scheduled, and most of them departed, but one of them was cancelled due to the problem being the runway. So the runway was too packed, essentially. There was too much stuff taking off and leaving. So someone said, why don't I build another runway? Because we'll have to go for another runway anywhere once we get the other terminal in. I think that's actually a sensible idea. So what we're going to do this episode is get another runway and get it all connected up, and then probably expand the ticketing and baggage area, and maybe even security to cope with all of that. But let's just see how it goes. I've skipped, that did teleport. I'm sure that baggage car did teleport, and they do spin around quickly. I really hope that at some point we get like the little tug that tows them around, but it'd be quite nice. I don't know if you actually get them on the taxiway. I don't know whether that's just going in and out of hangars, the little tug type things, or whether they do actually go under their own steam up to this. Anyway, so, what do we need to do? So we need to add the extra runway in and all the connections and stuff, things like that. But what I want to do first is something I've been forgetting to do for like a number of episodes now, and actually add a queue to these things here. It's something that I've really, like I say, forgotten about all this time, and I really should have added queues to this one, and many people have obviously been quite upset that I haven't done it, so yes, I apologise for that. I'll get onto this right now. So that one there, it's just assigning all of these queues here, or rather assigning all of the ID stands to a queue. Now, you don't need a queue, which is why it's worked out in the past, and these queues aren't even that big, but there we go. We might be changing this later on anyway, but for now, that should be about right. We also added some... the flight info displays on this side, so they don't have to go back through security to check these info displays. Overall passenger satisfaction is high. Airline interest is going up, and as you can see, we've got loads of money because I've essentially waited 2 or 3 days just to get enough to expand. So I'm going to go to build and then over to, actually it won't be in there, it'll be in here. It'll be runway. Runway, there it is. So where are we going to place it? Well, I was going to go down here, but I don't think so. I think we'll have it like that. I think that's probably the best place to put it, perhaps. Although, let's think about this one. Putting it there might not be the best choice. There might be a little bit better. Wherever I have it, I have to have another taxiway coming along. So it'll be in build and taxiway 1, 2, and then it'll be there. And then have the runway here. I think that's the better choice, you know. I think that might be the better choice. Let's just check our gate and large, and it will be... Yes, it will run down here. So that is the better choice, having it there. Because then we have our gate large, which will go here. And then this will run straight across and across to there. And then in our objects runway, yeah, like that. That is, I think, a better one. So we'll put that in and we'll see how that one goes. Obviously, we're going to have to run a lot of taxiways down to that. And actually, probably that. Probably that is the way to go, because we need to have a taxiway all the way down to there. And then we'll have to put in the ILS, the Instrument Landing System, as well as the PAPI, yeah, PAPI, have all of that sort of thing. But once this is up and running, it should give us a better... It should give us better connections. Now, maybe we have to cancel that and move it along to the right just to get this connected. And if we have to, it's no real biggie. It'll just be like that, but we'll see how it goes. Obviously, it's going to take a little bit of time to get there because we do need a lot of money for it, which is why I waited several days out of game, because otherwise it would just be a nightmare just watching the money roll in. Let's just have a quick check at our queues. We can see that people are queuing up for the desks, although it hasn't really... I don't think it's really hindered nor helped this entire thing, but anyway... There it is. You can see they're taking quite a bit of time to get this sorted. What I'll do is, as soon as that doesn't seem to have connected up there. Now, maybe you need a straight one towards it, and if so, then this is going to be a nightmare to deal with it. But we'll see how it is. We will go to build and then a taxiway. We do need to complete the taxiway. 2 more, and then we should be okay. Oh, good grief, look at that. It's put, like, loads of connections in there. That's really, really weird, that one. Yeah, connect. Oh, look, see, it's, like, connected like that. Got all these like weird circles. Oh, I don't like that. That's terrible. Okay, what I might do is... Oh, there's nothing I can do. That's just how it's going to have to be. Alright, fine, fine. So, we'll wait for these to finish off. Like I say, we need to just get taxiways. 2 more and then they'll all be put in. That's why this one is got a standoff. It's not just connected, because otherwise it puts these like weird circles on there. It should still work fine. It should still be okay. Maybe, however, it's best if I destroy it and move it over to the right. However, if I destroy it, what resources will I get back is the question. Because if I don't get loads of resources back, it's going to be a bit crap. Let's destroy it and we'll see what happens. Oh, I'm really... Yeah, I don't know what we're going to get back. This could be a lot of money wasted. I just don't like the look of that. I think it looks absolutely terrible. And yes, this is just a matter of like look and choice, but it does remove it. The question is whether or not it gives me the resources back, and it does give me the resources back. Oof. Right, we're lucky. We've lucked out. So that's fine. So what we'll do is we'll connect the taxiway to there, and then up to here, and then this one will exit there and enter there. So that is fine. It means that this area here might be a little bit cramped. That's not really the right word. It might be a little bit hectic at times, so we might even put a connection here so it can come off the edge. Or maybe there be better so it doesn't go all over the place. But we'll see how it goes. So let's just check our security desk and see if that is working okay. It is working as far as I can tell. People are queuing up and such, so that's fine. We do need to expand our baggage claim area further down the bottom, and same for ticketing, although we are pretty much at our capacity now. Anything else was going to require a major expansion, which is something we knew. But the money we're getting is quite good. Now, a couple of people have mentioned... Oh, hang on. Do you see that there? That plane actually landed and then turned back round, so it looks like it doesn't actually need a connection on both ends. Or if it does need a connection, it's only a ticky box to say yes, there is definitely a connection. It doesn't need to actually go off that end, because you saw that landed, then did a 180 on the actual runway, then turned back round, which was interesting to say the least. So anyway, we'll finish that one off there, get this in the night flight, because at the moment I can't... Oh, there, see, they're actually using that other one runway now. That's pretty good. In terms of scheduling, what we can do, and people have said this, is we can have different... Like in the morning, we can have other flights scheduled here. In the gap. Like one scheduled here. Because these will never run over to this bit. I agree, actually. We could probably put an extra couple of flights in if we want. But only once we've upgraded this and then get more flights in. Obviously, that's going to give us a lot of money. Wow, there's a lot of people getting on board. There you go. Looks like no... I don't think any of them have cancelled the flight yet. No, it's all departed, en route, delayed en route, but failed to reserve runway. That's why we are building this runway. And to be fair, I find it very difficult to believe that they can't land. No, they're just taxiing. I think it was just that little bit there. But that's all in. So there's our runway. I do like the way that is. That seems to fit quite nicely. And obviously they can land and then turn around and come this way. So that's cool. That's fine. Obviously we need things like runway lights. We need the PAPI and we need the ILS. So that's a lot of money to get that. But we should get it done fairly sharpish with the speed at which we're doing this. I don't know why they're not using this one. There you go. Well, at least they're taking off and they're not crashing, which is all good. Still a lot of sick and such in the toilet. How many staff do we have to deal with that? We have 3 janitors. Let's go for... I would like to say... I don't know about 4th. They are getting cleaned, just not really the rate I'd want. See, there's not really rubbish anywhere else. You know, it is getting collected from everybody else. Whoa, do you see that teleport? It teleported from there to there. Wow. I know there's several people that are not entirely happy with the state that the game's in, it being, you know, very, very early on. That was my main concern when I did the preview, that actually, you know what, as functional as the game is, it is still a very early game. Even you know, even when you consider it some of the games I feature, it is still definitely a case of alpha gamers alpha, and it can show, well, a lot of the time. Why have they said ARG? Why are they all ARGing away? Cancelled filter reserve runway. Ah, yes, because this is at night time and we don't have the lights. We didn't have the lights, so yeah, we've built this runway, but because we didn't get the lights put in first, it couldn't land at night. That's all the problem was there, which is why all these people are now being pissed off and walked away. But we do have 60% airline interest, which gives us access to a lot of these. We could go for more in the afternoon and morning. A 737. 140 passengers. I'm going to accept that and just test something out in the scheduler. So the 737, it was the Atlantic Intel flight. So it's the... Where is it? There it is there. It's put it between 11 and... Between 10 and 11. If we put it... if we put it like an hour after this flight, it means that even if they're delayed, we should have enough room for this to land. And these are 45 minutes off that one. That should be okay. I think it is just a case of keep putting in all of the... Oh, there you go. Look, double landing. Do you see that? Cool. I think it is just a case of keep putting in the... where do you want these lights? I guess there. Keep putting in the planes and keep scheduling them until it breaks. Find out where the breaking point is and then go back from there. You can only know where the line is once you've crossed it sometimes. People have mentioned about these runway PAPIs, which are the path or precision approach path indicator, visual indication of pilots, their approach angle. It just says place within 6 meters of runway. It doesn't say how many you actually need. So I don't know if we need more than the one. I have only got the one, obviously. But yeah, let's put in this thing here, which is a the ILS, which is the Instrument Landing System. So then we've got another fully upgraded system there. And we can see now these are both getting used, which is quite good. And this is our 3 planes in the morning, which if we go over to, hang on, schedule, is this one here. So the Atlantic should be in here as well somewhere. It is it that one? No, it's the 767. It's that one. It has to be that. I think that one's the Atlantic. I'll check. Status. Let's check Atlantic. We'll scroll down. Oh, no. Where is it? Schedule. Atlantic int. 737 arrives 10:15, departs 20. Also, it hasn't. Has it arrived yet? Not even on there yet. Don't think. Ah, well. So it's 11:20, and you can see that this flight isn't in here yet. Maybe it just hasn't taken effect, because it does take effect from the following day, so that's probably all that's happened there. But anyway, nice little run. I say little runway. It's a nice other runway, which is fine. That's probably our last runway. We could fit another one in down the bottom, and in fact, it's very, very easy to do so, and we probably will have another one at some point. So I'll have one there, and then one down the bottom here with a connection at the top. But that'll also depend on the size of this. Let's just have a quick look at that. So we'll click on runway. And we see if we do put this in, it will be fairly large, and we don't want to expand the building further than essentially this area here. Ah, well, we'll see. So, 18 grand. How is security? Security seems to be coping quite well, which is all good. I know people have mentioned these officers as well, about me not connecting them up to the central section. I know. I will sort that out eventually. Maybe. Probably not, if I'm honest. Nah. I don't think I will. I think connecting them up would cost money that we just don't have spare. You know, we're spending all our money on more useful things. Anyway, for ticketing, I think it is important that we expand the ticketing areas. And what we'll do is we'll destroy all of these ticketing kiosks. Now, it does say destroy, but we're not we will get them back. So we'll just destroy all of those, and once it is done like so, we'll pause it a second, go over to objects, obviously type in tick, and then we'll get our ticketing kiosks, and then we'll just place them all the way along here. You can't click and drag, sadly, but there we go. Cancel that one, go back, ticketing, and there we are. So we've got those put in, and I will put in some ticketing desks. We'll put in 3 of those, and we're going to copy the same thing here, so we'll have a lot more ticketing options. So the queue will be from there, and it'll be along and up and round, and you've seen it before. It's essentially the same that's on the the same thing that's on this side here, and it'll be that. There we are. So obviously we do need to assign to that one. This one will be, we have to sort of press escape, assign to that one, and then this one assign to first class, that one. Is that correct? They're all assigned, yes, and there's not enough people to staff it, so we're going to get 1, 2, 3 staff. That should be correct. Oh my good grief, there's a lot of people queuing up for some reason and not getting on there. What's happened there, look? See that? They're sort of glitched out. They've all sort of glitched out and are not moving over to the correct queues. And also what's happened is, because they're now using this one, their baggage is not getting collected. So we do need to do that and make sure the baggage is sorted. I will also put some decorative trees in like so, because it looks quite nice. And we will have our, is it flight information? Yes, it's flight information board, which will go there. Yeah, you can see they're all going ARG because essentially there's a lot of problems with the baggage and delays. And you can see the golf cart coming along now to pick that up, but yeah, it's already damage done, sadly. But once that's fixed, we should be alright. We should be alright. In terms of research, we could get upgraded buses, which I will get. It obviously is a lot of money, but we do have the money, and also that should hopefully reduce the traffic on this thing as well. Fantastic. There's a lot more ARG there. Airline interest is now up to an all-time high level of 61%, which is good. You can see that passenger satisfaction is really, really poor, actually. Don't know why. Don't know why. There's a glitch there. There's nobody. Why is no one staffing that? Let's hire 2 more staff. Look at that. They're not. That's glitched. Look at that. They're all stuck. What on earth is going on? Wow, that's broke. Yep, that is definitely broke. Okay, I'm going to have to remove all of ticketing. Like that. And then... not ricketing. Ticketing. Strange that you don't even need to put it on. Yeah, they're broke. They're stuck. They're all stuck. They're just going to not move ever. They're just going to stand there and get... and break. Yeah, look at that. Now they're all going to leave because they've missed the flight. Wow, okay. I think we've encountered the first... Yeah, I think that's a game over state now. Yeah. Yeah. That is fairly catastrophic. I just will double check to make sure that these are assigned to the people that they should be. Yes, they are, but for some reason expanding that has really, really done the game in. If we increase our ticketing to that, it might help them move a bit. No, it's not. Okay, what I'll do is I will have to go to queues, shrink queue, and shrink all of this queue and see what happens. And hopefully they won't get stuck in that corner. And if they do, then we will have to alter it. Oh, there we go. It seems to be filtering a little bit better now. Perhaps it's just that corner that there was... I think it's a pathfinding problem, you know. I think that was a pathfinding issue. So, perhaps the best thing to do is disassemble these two. Actually, disassemble... Do I disassemble them? No, are they still getting stuck there? I can't tell. No, they do seem to be working, but let's just keep an eye on this. We might have to disassemble a lot of this. Yeah, they're definitely stuck. couple of sprite glitches in there as well to do with the Z index, I'm guessing, because I don't know which one to draw. They're all in the same layer. Look at that, they're all stuck. And apparently there's 50 objects. 58. I'm waiting for them to leave, but they're not leaving. Some of them... There's an ARG. There's a couple of ARGs. As they're upset and have to go. I don't know what the solution is here. Making money though, still. Still making money. The solution might be to simply redo some of these ticketing areas. See, they're not glitching out anymore. They're going around to where they need to be. They're going to all of the different ticketing areas. Obviously, this is first class only. This is first class only. And then your coach is these two here and this one. And technically this one. See, they're saying ARG. They would normally leave, but they're not leaving anymore. They're stuck there in seemingly some sort of perpetual loop. Like they're not going to move. Destroying that ticketing booth did not work. Let's put in another ticketing desk in, which we can't because it's blocked by underground conveyor. I guess I'll have to destroy the conveyor first, which is an interesting quirk. Again, that's not working. Huh. Okay, well, we'll demolish that one. Let's see what that does. There we go. We can place that there. Conveyor line. There we go. Queues. And then assign to that queue. So, all these people there, like 60 odd people in a big pile, are no longer glitching out. But that is still 60 odd people that will never shift from there ever again. So, I guess we'll try to continue on. That's the same problem I had with the cafe, but, you know, tenfold, where there was 900 people standing at essentially that, like standing right round there in one big pile. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's happening anymore, but it's not going to solve that problem there. Very strange indeed. Very strange indeed. Anyway, in terms of our like flights and stuff, looks like they're going okay. We'll go for status, and yesterday we can see that every single flight departed and landed on time, which is great. So we'll have a look at our schedule and we'll see, is there like a gap where we may be able to get another plane in. I think in the afternoon we could probably fit another plane in. I know I said this is overflow, but I reckon we could have one or two. One or two. So Aerostar has an afternoon flight of a Boeing 767 and it doesn't pay much though, so we'll see what else we can manage. This one has an afternoon flight of a 707. 180 max passengers in a 767. A lot of passengers. We'll go for a 767 and we'll schedule that. And that was the Ford Air, which is, it said afternoon, and it's put it there. No way, we need the acceptance bonus, so I'll pause it a second. Runway usage, terminal usage, machine income, runway usage. Atlantic Intel flight, so it's that one, yes, and it's actually put it roughly where I would want it. I want it about there. I want it an hour after these, so that's fine. That should be about right. It looks like those people are, yep, they're still congregating. I don't think there's anything I can do about that, which is a great shame. We'll go over to build and then to foundation, and we want to expand all of this down actually, or do we get a bigger terminal? How much is a big terminal? We've got 131,000. Airplane gate, the large one, is actually not that expensive. Well, it is expensive, but we can put it in. Assuming it goes there, well, we have placed it down because it's cheap enough. Where would we put the other stuff? I reckon around here will be the choice. But assuming we are going to go for another runway, are we going to put it down the bottom? And if we put it down there, we would have to then have another... see, putting it here is problematic because we could put it right there. No, we can't. Having it here would give us an issue because it means then we'd have to connect it up like this. But worse is that what we would have to do is have the line, this line here, directly next to it, which we got that issue that I had before that I didn't like. So then we'd have to split it up, which means it would actually be there. And no, so we can't even fit it in. We would not be able to fit in the thing I wanted. In fact, if it wasn't for just that little bit here, we would be able to fit it in. So we could actually delete the wall, but then that's a lot of work for another runway. So I don't think we'll go for another runway. I think 2 will have to be our absolute maximum. So foundation, and we could build like so. I do want to build essentially that. I want to build all the way to there, but that is 250,000. That's quite a bit of dough, isn't it? Or just under 250,000. So that's going to give us some bother. Looks like these queues have... I don't know if they have fixed the congregation issue. I think all it's done is it's made them line up rather than stand in a big pack outside of the outside of this. So I don't think it's really helped a great deal. I think it just makes it look better. But well, you know, that's something at least. Like I say, the ticketing issue is still there. I don't know whether they are feeding into this satisfaction. I assume because they're on site that they will be feeding into that. So yeah. In terms of our upgrades, we've got a full upgrade there. We can go for another lane, as I've mentioned previously. However, that will be a lot of money. Yeah, so it would be silly amounts of money. Cancel that. I'm not going to even entertain that. I would love to, but no, it's not going to happen. So obviously this airplane gate is going to say it needs to have 1 agent desk assigned to it, requires a door to the terminal. Well, yes, it will, because we do need to have the foundation along there and across. So I think I'm going to leave it there. I've got a bit of a choice here because we have got our first, I wouldn't call it a game-breaking bug, but you can see that these guys are now, they have a 45%. There's no one else on site, but because of these guys that are permanently stuck, it seems, their satisfaction is now, well, overall down to 45%. So that's going to noticeably bring down our overall passenger satisfaction, which in turn will affect the airline interest, which in turn will have a knock-on effect to our profits and just running of the game in general. Also, if this happens anymore, we could have some performance problems. Hopefully, I think this is fixed because of this extension and the other mess around, but that's now a permanent feature, I'm afraid. Also, I'll need to skip ahead whatever we do because I won't have enough money to build this entire section down the bottom, but I will sort of leave that up to you. Do you want to do that? Do you want to see us going for a expansion of the terminal? Well, we've already got the gate, but expansion of this down here, and then put in a bigger baggage and claim area, and then probably a cafe down the bottom. That's the overall objective, but that's probably another couple of episodes work. I really leave it up to you, and oh my good grief, that's a lot of garbage going in that garbage truck. Either way, I am going to see how this goes. I might have to do a couple more tests. Let me know in the comments. This might be the last episode of this series so far. It might be just the start of a bigger expansion, but by all means, please let me know and we will go from there. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.